When a family legal issue disrupts your life, your whole world can stand still. At Circulaw, they understand that family matters require more than just legal expertise. They demand compassion, understanding, and dedication. Their highly experienced family law attorneys in Pittsford have guided countless families through their most challenging moments: divorce proceedings, child custody arrangements, asset division, all aspects of family law. Think of navigating family legal matters like walking a tightrope. You need steady, experienced guidance to reach the other side. And that's exactly what you're going to find at Circulaw. Their compassionate attorneys work tirelessly each day for one purpose: the betterment of you and your family. You don't have to face these emotional challenges alone. Take a breath and then take the first step toward resolution. Contact Circulaw today to discover how they can help your family get back to what matters most. Call them at 585-385-2510 or reach out confidentially through their website at circulaw.com. Circulaw, helping families get back to what matters most. Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knows school's just about back in session, and that means kids' activities are kicking in and your calendar looks like a game of Tetris gone horribly wrong. You need a ride that's reliable, safe, and makes you look cooler than the dad with the minivan. How about this? A brand new 2025 Jeep Wagoneer S Limited 4xe. Lease it for just $199 a month for 24 months. That's right, 2 Benjamins and a spare dollar bill. First payment, DMV, taxes and fees due at signing, $2,500 cash or trade, 7,500 miles a year, conquest required. See dealer for details, exclusions apply. Or maybe you're thinking, forget soccer practice, I want to haul stuff. Then get into a 2025 Ram Tradesman Crew Cab 4x4. Lease it for just $379 a month for 42 months. First payment, DMV, taxes and fees due at signing, $3,500 cash or trade, 10,000 miles per year, conquest required. Basically, it's a truckload of awesome. Because whether it's carpool karaoke with the kids, hauling lumber, or just finally winning the cool carpool parent contest, Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Route 96 in Victor has your back. So stop scrolling memes and start driving dreams. Visit victorcdjr.com today.
When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thanks for getting your pot on. Thank you for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. I think that yesterday on the last episode, Bull was making fun of me when he came on.
Bull made fun of you?
Yeah, I think he went, "Oh, hello, friends." I was sort of flattered by it. Danny's here, all clean shaven, my man, looking sharp. You look a little subdued. Why do you seem a little subdued? Are you subdued?
I guess.
You too many supplements today? What happened? I started taking your supplement and I'm peeing neon.
That's the idea.
It's like neon.
Just turn the light off when you do it.
I did.
No, so if it glows, that's a problem.
The light is far away from the toilet in my bathroom. It's too far for me.
Yeah, and then you went, Jameson. No, that was you.
No. He's got his own bathroom. I'm not.
We got double bathrooms.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with that shit. I don't know.
Dad, the sink is plugged again.
Let me tell you something. I got to go in there and start. I've been cleaning like slowly.
The tub is plugged.
I got some standing water. Never mind. I have issues right now. There's a lot of issues, but it has nothing to do.
Dad.
Nothing to do with my stuff in there. But you shaved it off, buddy.
Yeah, it was actually longer than yours, but I looked like Mark Hillman, and I had to put it away.
Whoa.
Nothing. It's not a shot at Mark. No.
Hey, no disrespect, but I can't look like you fat fucking loser.
That's not what I meant. You look younger than I do with a beard. I look old with a beard. Well, and I'm not knocking Mark, but Mark has a gray beard.
Yes, he does. He has a completely gray beard.
It's completely gray. Yeah, and mine was gray.
Yeah.
And then I read today that stress leads to gray hair. I'm like, all right, that's got to go. Gray's got to go. Shave's got to go. Okay. Beard's got to go. Well, my wife wanted me to grow one. I'm like, and I went 10 days.
Yeah. I don't know how long I've gone. So I've been experimenting with this because I've never had a beard.
Mm-hmm.
I did once in a November, and then I shaved it off. I figure if I get this and it comes in okay,
looks pretty good.
I'll let it stick around.
Yeah.
So, but then the problem,
it's like somebody drew you. You know what I'm saying? Those pencil drawings in New York City. It's like somebody drew Billy Moran on himself. It looks good.
All right.
Seriously, it's not a shot at you.
No, that's funny. I feel like remember the magnet you would get with the iron filings?
Yeah, 5th grade. Yeah, we're playing with the magnet.
Beard around the guy, or you put hair on his bald head. So I have the Manscaped beard hedger.
Yes,
but I think I'm missing the regulator, the guard. So I don't know where it is.
Okay.
I have no idea. So, but you can do different lengths. So I've been trying to do the different lengths, and then I shaved it down really close. And I go, well, I don't like that. But I don't know like how to keep it all tight. There are guys who look tight. So then today I decided, well, let me shave the neck and I'll leave it come down to chin. Then I went too high on the side. I don't know how to fucking do this. It's a lot of work. This beard shit's a lot of fucking work.
Not easy. And then you got to get beard oil.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
but
when you get then you got to get glasses. Then you got to start drinking craft beer and wearing hard shoes.
That I'm okay with. The hard shoes. I got a lovely email to start my day today. And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I know that sounds almost like I'm being sarcastic. It is fantastic. And I was going to read it. And then I thought, well, should I have Danny read it? Because is it number one, is it self-grandizing to read it? But it was very, very sweet. And I think the purpose for me to read it would be to show people how much I do appreciate you downloading this podcast and listening. It truly means a lot. And but then I thought if I have Danny read it, well, Danny will turn it more into a joke. He'll all of a sudden become fucking Casey Kasem, and I'm gonna have to. So I'm thinking, do I let you do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Do you want me to read it like Casey Kasem?
No, I want you just
read it like Dan Barilla.
But read it like Dan Barilla, but you're not going to be able to because you're going to slip into some character and you're going to get all weird about it.
All right, I'm going to say, good morning, Moranimal. No, good morning. I've been a long-time listener since 96 days.
So the 96, what they're talking about is CMF when I was on the radio.
It was just
station.
96 CMF. Right? Didn't they just come? Because I remember seeing billboards.
I think it was when I started.
And we have to add the 0.5.
Yeah.
Stanman comes in. We have to add the 0.5.
I think because
for better diaries. For more accurate diaries.
I think there was a 96.1 that came in.
Okay.
So you couldn't be 96. I think that was an FCC thing, but I don't know.
There was Joy 96 in Buffalo. I know that.
Yeah.
So it may have overlapped, but okay.
I don't know.
I'll start again. Good morning. I've been a long-time listener since 96 days and absolutely love, capital L-O-V-E, your Billified podcast. I have learned so much, both good and bad, LOL. And
see, I told you he can't.
No, because it was in parentheses. I have to I have to add context.
Yes, you do.
I have to add context.
You're right.
Tone gets lost in text. It's okay. So when I do that, it means I appreciate you opening your world to all of us and have adopted many of your philosophies. Quote, go for the better feeling thought.
Yes.
Quote, go forth and tell no one.
Right.
And one of my favorites, I get to. Oh.
I get to. Instead of I have to,
yeah,
I get to.
I get to.
Right.
Oh, and be present. Yeah. I use them all in my everyday life with my husband and adult children.
They must hate you.
I was initially devastated when I heard what had happened on 95.1, that horrible November day. I quickly realized that when one door closes...
Was Kennedy shot that day? Was that...
That was the 22nd.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was the 22nd. Was that when you were,
Was I shot that too?
Was your radio career shot that day too?
No, I don't think so.
My fellow Americans, that's not what Moranimal can do for you.
All right, go on.
That's what you can do for Moranimal.
I knew we wouldn't be able to get through the letter.
I wasn't reading the letter.
It's you and me. We can't do anything. Go on.
You get through an entire show with me. With no guests, just you and me.
I like it.
I quickly realized that when one door closes, another opens. Couldn't be more true. I enjoy your podcast very much and cannot explain all that I have learned from you and your guests, especially that Borello fella.
Does it say that?
No, it does not.
Does it say that?
No,
all right, okay.
Thank you. Big capital letters. Thank you for all you do. I look forward to each episode and tell your mom she can listen and simply fast forward through all the, quote, raunchy parts. I find myself simply listening to all of it. I am not a football fan at all, but have still learned from listening to new topics. Anyway, capital letters. Thank you, smiley face. Do you do a Bill Lightenment podcast? If so, how can I listen? Yeah. Thank you again, and never stop being you. You, capital Y-O-U, have a wonderful positive impact on more people than you realize. Lifetime listener. You want me to give the name?
No. You can just Jackie, right?
Yeah, Jackie. Yeah. P.S.
Go ahead. Here we go.
I clearly did not use ChatGPT or AI to help write this.
Right. It was well.
Yeah, that was
It was a well-written email.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get anything smart. No, it's a nice letter. It's a nice letter.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Honestly, it made me so happy today. And the Bill Lightman, I'm stockpiling before I release them, so that way it can come out every week. And if I miss a week, I got a couple in there that I can just pop in.
It would have been better if she wrote, since the 96 days, I was up in your studio when you had me doing sit-ups around your neck.
Oh, my God.
That's not true. That's not true.
I forgot about that. I totally fucking forgot about that. The big news of the day is a shooter at the Annunciation Catholic School Church. They were in a church ceremony at 8:30 in the morning. Shot, and I think it's now 19 people, 2 dead, an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old, and then it's adults and others that are really hurt. But there's things that are coming out. They identify the shooter. Mm-hmm. Do you know anything about this?
I know that Kash Patel immediately went through all the bullet points.
Well, Kash Patel, I think he's
the head of the FBI.
Yeah, but I thought he was maybe targeted. No, maybe not. Okay,
I don't know, but the shooter had a manifesto, put videos on YouTube, which have since been taken down, and may have been trans.
Yes, that is the point. That's where I kind of want to go with this, just a little bit here, because I think that that was the headline in certain places. And I go, boy, that seems like cheap and easy journalism to me, because what we do automatically is one person's twisted violence does not indicate an entire community. Do you know what I'm saying? In other words, how many?
Not all Italians are gangsters.
Yes, exactly.
I know.
Thank you. And we can't say that, just because, this person, and here's a little audio. I was disappointed once I found out they were, I think, Robin Westman, mother, Mary Grace Westman, obviously that's a very Catholic name, Mary Grace.
Yes.
And she worked at that school until she retired. And she's the one who allowed the courts in 2017 to change his name from Robert because he identified as a woman to Robin. And I was waiting to hear something like, this is my manifesto. But I didn't hear that. This is the actual voice of the person from a video that they believe was put up possibly within the last 48 hours.
Tomorrow.
Showing all these guns, showing all the bullets.
Tomorrow. I'm sorry to my family. But that's it. That's the only people I'm sorry to. Those kids.
Now, I go, this is like the most disturbing thing. And you got to see the amount of ammunition, at least in the camera lens. There's a lot of things that are written in, I would say, I think it's the Cystic. Is that the right word? Am I using the right word? It's more of a Slavic language. I think it's used in Russia, the Cystic alphabet. I think it's called Cystic.
Okay.
C-Y-S-T-I-C.
It could be.
I don't. I'm too dumb to actually know the correct answer to that, but I think that's what it is. And there were things written on the guns and stuff like that. But we need to be clear that a person's gender identity is not what made them violent. I mean, there's other shit going on there. Don't you think? I mean, I know we're going to say, well, clearly there was something unstable. I don't know.
The only thing is, though, there have been now 4 of these incidents involving a supposed transgender person.
When?
Shooting. The Nashville shooting was.
The Nashville shooting?
The Nashville shooting.
That old man?
No. It was. That's why I was trying to go to my phone, because I saw something like this before. I wish I had bookmarked it, but I mean, I
don't ever remember seeing a headline with that.
There were 4 different incidents that according to again, this is X, and so I'm working all day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? I started scrolling. There have been 4 incidents. Okay, so here it is. 2023, trans person shoots up a Christian school, kills 3 children, three adults. 2024, trans person shoots up a Christian school, kills 2 people, injures 6 others. 2025, just happened. Trans person shoots up a Catholic school, kills 2 children, injures 17 others. That's 3 mass shootings in 2 years.
By
trans people.
By people who identify as trans.
Okay,
but how about all the other ones?
No, I understand. Like there's shootings.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like
I understand that these things happen. Like I don't want to say all the time, but they happen often in this country.
What do they call? What do we call? Because I in my dumb language I would say, straight guys. What are they?
Straight white men and do this.
But what do they call? There's a name for it.
Incels,
cis or something.
Oh, cis males.
Yeah. Which sounds weak to me, but anyway. I'm just saying, like, if you called out everybody who was, let's say, a cis male that did this, what the fuck? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate seeing it painted with a broad brush because I think that's not journalism. It becomes sort of propaganda when we start doing that. And it gets scary, and there's people already. And I'm telling you right now, Danny, I think you're going to see some transgender eating lead somewhere. I really do. I think somebody's going to get pissed off and go, these freaks, that kind of thing. And that's honestly my worry. And I go, it's sort of like the scapegoat. What should be is 2 children died, 17 other people are injured in the hospital. This was a place of worship, a school. What are we doing with this glorification of guns? What is the mental health of most Americans that this is happening so frequently in this country? That to me is the bigger issue, not so much that it was a cis person, like a cis person, black person.
Yeah, I don't like using the term cis, but the reason the reason we're using the term cis is because we've been forced to use the word trans.
I'm just saying trans.
But the thing is, though, is that they want to be identified as trans. Okay. Like I'm not. These are just facts. I'm not like this isn't my opinion. Apparently, there's been a movement among trans people that they want to be identified as trans or the gender that they want to identify as. So now, if that's the case, and they go out and shoot people, then okay, we're just playing by their rules. These are the facts. This is what they want to be identified as. And this person went out and shot up a school. These are all facts. This trans person went up, had a manifesto, ran through all this. But
the thing is, I mean,
is that sensationalism or are they reporting facts?
I think it becomes sensationalism when you start putting it in there because there's such a minority of. I mean, how many trans people do you know? I'm
seriously trying to think right now.
I think I knew 1 or 2 people who maybe were. I remember an engineer in radio.
I know of one recently.
Okay, so
maybe 2.
Okay, so out of all the people that you've ever encountered in life, it's a small amount, and that's my point. Is you're going to paint with a broad brush, and now we're going to have all these things, and that'll be the focus, and not the focus on mental health, our obsession with guns, the easy access to this sort of stuff. I don't know. I don't know if this person lived by themselves or not. Mm-hmm. They're 23 years old. It's very possible they could. I have a 23-year-old son who does not live with me or his mom. So, and I just go, I think we should be more outraged that children's lives got stolen, not so much the gender of the person. What the fuck is happening in this country that this becomes such an easy thing to do? And by the way, they tell on themselves.
I know. I want to agree with you.
I know you don't. That's why I brought it up. Because I want 2 different opinions on here.
Because here's the thing, though. I think let's go back. Let's go back a little ways. Okay, there's been this movement. And this is not my opinion. I'm just stating facts here. There's been this movement in the last 10 years to teach critical race theory in schools. Okay, you can look that up if you want. And my whole thing is just print the facts. Let's just print American history as it was verbatim.
I don't think I know what critical race theory is.
In other words, critical race theory, in other words, like there's a systemic point of view that white people have tried to suppress white men have tried to suppress every other group, and there's a historical systemic method in how they've done it over the years in everything, okay? That's what critical race theory is in a nutshell. That's just the basic way I could explain it. And my whole thing is, look, let's just print the facts. Yeah. And whoever did what to whom, it's all out there and you could draw your own conclusions. Well, when it comes to crime, all the stats matter. The race of the person, the gender identity apparently now is a factor. Yeah. The age of the factor, where they single every little detail matters, so we can compile statistics and come up with a pattern and go, yeah, we got a problem with possibly this group and why, and then we could sort it out. I know that sounds harsh, but we have to.
You're going to run into.
Now, but here's
you're going to run into problems there. And
but here's the thing: vigilante. I am not advocating vigilante justice.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like what you're saying is if we were able to. And I'm sure it happens to a certain degree at law enforcement and things like that. But once you start doing that, then we go down to, well, you're a young black male, which is what a lot of things happen.
Unfortunately.
But I'm going to say this. I will say this. I have never seen another culture that stands up for everybody who was a criminal and makes them their martyr. Right. And so you want to know why there's no advancement. It's like you're holding back the whole group. I have never seen a white person stand up and say, let's say this, take away the transgender, that this person, oh my God, the guy had mental health problems. Why weren't we getting him? You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're not there. I don't mean to blame the victim, but there is some of that goes on in certain cultures. And it has become a problem because some people, I think we did target, right? We started to profile people. And then what happens? We got a kid who had Skittles in his pocket walking through a neighborhood at night and gets shot. Oh, we can't have that. Well, okay, do you understand what I'm saying?
So here's two sides of the coin, okay? 9/11 happens. We know who the hijackers were. Right. We know what their ethnicity was. We know what their religion was, okay? Then there came the Lackawanna 6, right?
Yeah.
And the Lackawanna 6, same thing. But you know who turned in the Lackawanna 6?
One of them.
The Muslims themselves in the community who are like, no, we're Americans first.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's where this is like,
it becomes a thing because you get on a slippery slope. If we start profiling everybody like that, and that's why you always hear don't profile, and I'll say, as an individual, we all do it, and it might keep you safe. Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
We're trying to get over the hump. I think you and I discussed Nick Wright. I discussed Nick Wright and his saying that they really need to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Josh Allen.
Yeah. And then Bull.
Sean McDermott.
Bull was on yesterday, and Bull said, hey, it's a fair point. It's a fair point that they haven't hung an AFC championship banner in their Highmark Stadium. Right?
No,
it hasn't happened.
Not since 1993.
Right. So at least not under McDermott. So that would be it. Okay. One of the weak spots that we're seeing or fearing about, I don't know, is the defensive backfield and in particular maybe the safety. I hear Shiloh Sanders is available. But how do you feel about them bringing back Jordan Poyer? And is he just on the practice squad? Is he like the veteran voice out there, or, to get in guys' ears and maybe help coach them up a little bit? I mean, you got to admit, Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde were one of the best tandems in the NFL when they were with the Bills.
They were. Micah Hyde was on the practice squad last year.
Yes.
Sean McDermott loves to bring back guys who know his system.
Right.
That's his thing, okay? And there have been certain positions they've drafted really well. They've done a heck of a job with the offensive line. They made Josh Allen an anomaly at quarterback. I mean, Josh Allen was not supposed to be what he was according to the numbers, and he has defied every expectation, mine included. So they've done well there. They've done well in the backfield. They've done well in the secondary.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Part of that secondary was they had to bring in two free agents, one named, this is years ago, Micah Hyde, the other one named Jordan Poyer, because their defense is not a blitzing attack-style defense the way Wade Phillips was, the way a lot of guys are. His defense is more what they call a bend but don't break. Keep everything in front of you, and eventually you'll get the takeaways and the turnovers. And last year they did. They did really well. McDermott's defenses are sometimes in the top 5. Sometimes they get to all the way down to 20, but they do take the ball away. The thing is, though, the fact that he's had to bring back a safety in the last couple of years reminds me of when they didn't have enough receivers and they had to bring back Cole Beasley and John Brown, and they came back and did nothing. But, hey, we know these guys and they know our system. Right. And that's what they're doing with Jordan Poyer. So he's going to be a highly paid kind of assistant coach to mentor Cole Bishop and Taylor Rapp. Just the way Micah Hyde did last year. But if worst case scenario comes where these guys don't get it, like DeMar Hamlin, and
you throw them in.
They throw them in. That's a horrible, horrible place to be for a defense that's predicated on going from the back forward, which is where your safeties are.
Talk to me about the money, because Poyer was making $2 million with the Dolphins. What do you know what the salary is? I haven't seen.
I don't know. I think if he's on the practice squad,
$800,000.
Yeah, it's like there's a veteran minimum that he's going to be making.
Yeah.
But I think they talked him into coming back just to like kind of like be a mentor. But that's what coaches are for. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's on his way out. His career's over. That's one less spot for somebody else who could develop.
But could it also be to watch him in practice and how he does it? You know, you could coach all day long. I mean, clearly, coaching is the difference. I was amazed when Bull was on the last episode and the audio wasn't great because he's not technically great apparently, but I love the guy. He was listing all the great players that the Bills had back in the early 2000s and on, and I forgot. I mean, you had guys like Marshawn Lynch. He goes, the players were there. He goes, the coaching was not.
No, I mean,
do you agree with that?
Aaron Schatz of formerly Football Outsiders says the 2004 Bills were the greatest football team to never make the playoffs, and he's got the numbers to prove it.
Yeah.
And that was the year where they went on that run, and all they had to do was beat Pittsburgh and their backups, and they couldn't beat Pittsburgh at home with their backups.
Right.
That was the Greg Williams. That was Mike. That was Mike. That Mike Mularkey coached that game, or was it? Yeah, Mularkey was the head coach of that team. Okay. And, yeah, they've drafted Marshawn Lynch. They drafted Jason Peters. Jason Peters is going to Canton.
Yeah.
I mean, Marshawn Lynch, Jason Peters, and Stephon Gilmore are three dudes who maybe head to Canton who we don't remember as Buffalo Bills. America is not going to look at as Buffalo Bills. They're going to look at Marshawn as a Seattle Seahawk. They're going to look at Jason Peters as a Philadelphia Eagle. And they're going to look at Stephon Gilmore as a New England Patriot.
Right. There's something that has changed in the world, and I don't know if it was something that I wish I had as a child or not, and that would be drones. Drones are interesting to me.
I could see us as kids playing with drones.
Well,
it would be so cool.
Because
we'll remote control cars.
Oh, my God.
Now imagine something in the sky.
No, but, yeah, exactly.
And you could spy on people.
Well, now, I mean, come on. If I got to see, Kate Osofsky changed it in a room when I was a kid. I mean,
hey, baby. 16-year-old Bill Moran of Pine Plains was charged with loitering.
If my friend, the girl I really liked in high school, Tara, wasn't lived by a bunch of trees in a wooded area, probably been easier with the drone, but I don't know. But the drones are they're interesting, and I don't know what to really make of them. I love drone footage. I think it's great. I think it's easier now for news stations to get aerial footage, show you traffic. They can show it. Just get a drone guy. Done and done. But then you get problems like this from Florida.
As most people slept around 1 a.m. Tuesday on Hannah Michaela Lane in Lutz, a late-night delivery was on its way. All of a sudden, one homeowner heard a clatter against the back of their house.
Okay. So you hear a clatter against the back of your house. Obviously, since we're talking about drones, this would be a drone, but it's 1 a.m.
He was on its way. All of a sudden, one homeowner heard a clatter against the back of their house.
He walks outside to discover a drone had crashed in his backyard. He picks up the drone when he sees that the drone has a brown cloth bag attached to it.
This family wasn't expecting a package. The homeowners tell us they...
Now, didn't we hear like Amazon was going to start delivering by drone and all this? Now, I thought drone, I'm being told... Well, I'll get into that in a second. I don't know if that'll ever happen.
Opened up the bag, and this is what they found.
3 bags with fentanyl powder and 1 bag of methamphetamine.
They immediately called the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Before deputies could get there, Sheriff Chad Chronister says the homeowners saw a man outside.
In his backyard with a flashlight looking for the drone.
Okay, so the operator of the drone knew he had crashed. Now, they have the guy because the cops are called because there's drugs, and you'll hear the cops say what the 3 bags had written on them. Here we go.
Then the homeowners tell us they heard 3 separate knocks at the door. Their security footage captured that delivery driver or drone operator looking for the missing package.
What? Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want weed. Twice on the pipes if the answer is meth.
There he is. There he is.
Deputies found Jason Brooks waiting outside the house.
Wait, where's this drone at the moment? It showed me it was in the backyard, but...
Okay, so this is the guy. He goes, it showed me it was in the backyard. Okay, it showed me it was in the backyard. He obviously was too low.
You know we can't just be going in people's backyards trying to look for shit. I know. That's why I knocked.
That's why he went and knocked. He's like, hey, I think I lost my drone in your backyard. Can I go get it?
Another deputy went inside the home to unbox the package.
Oh, names. Oh, okay.
So there's names written on the bags. There's 3 different bags, and there's names written on them. And then
The sheriff says each bag was labeled with his customers' names. On the 4th bag,
Share this. Okay. All right.
don't do it alone, you selfish pricks.
Chronister says there's no doubt Brooks was trying to make sure this flight went undetected.
Give me the remote. Put your hands around your back.
So
Jason Brooks.
Brooks made a first appearance in court over video conference Wednesday afternoon. Now, deputies will look at drone data to try to track this special delivery.
Okay, so I'm not familiar enough with drones. So next Wednesday, or the next time you and I are together, September 3rd episode that we tape, a guy from a company called Your Drone Guy is going to come on, because I called him today. And I go, tell me about drones, because what can they figure out? They can't figure out where it's going. There's no flight log with a drone. I don't have to do that. Now,
Yeah, it's not. I don't think you have to log it with the FAA.
no, you don't. But he said you can't fly drones, because he goes, yeah. I go, how close do you have to be to your drone, like when you're flying it and stuff? I said, in other words, could you fly one from one town to the other?
Right.
Right? Can you do that? And he goes, 50 kilometers. And I go, why do you got to go to the metric system? I'm too fucking dumb to figure that out. And he started laughing. He said, well, you can.
It's like, what, 35 miles?
You can fly 400 feet up, and then I think you start getting into airspace. So this guy was trying to go really stealth because he hit a rooftop. I mean, and you're supposed to be in line of sight according to Your Drone Guy. So that would mean that you have to be there. And he said sometimes if you're going longer distances, as long as you have someone else. So if you were going to fly from New York City out to Long Island, you're not going to have line of sight, but you could have people along the way that are tracking your drone, and they can be considered the eyes on that.
Okay.
I don't know all the rules. Like, there's a lot of laws and stuff. But then I go, here's a cool technology, but then the world is designed by geniuses to be run by idiots.
Right.
Because you're going to have somebody, what happens? What happens if you send up your drone and your neighbor, you just happen to know that your neighbor likes to lay out topless in sun in the middle of the day while the kids are at summer camp. And so you fly.
It's a violation of privacy.
Well, would it be? I mean, that's I don't know.
Yeah,
you go, oh, what do you mean? I was just flying my drone, man.
Well, a couple of years ago, I was announcing a game at St. John Fisher University football game, and we noticed drones in both end zones.
Yeah.
And the referee stopped the game, and we didn't realize that the team was using the drones to tape the game.
Okay.
To help tape the game. But the point was, like, there were drones there at each game, but like anybody could have flown those drones over, and what were they going to do about it? They're going to stop the game, get the drone out of here. Well, who owns the drone?
Right.
What, are you going to shoot it down? Well, you're not going to pull out a gun in a campus and shoot it.
Well, you hope not.
So what do you do?
You fucking hope not.
So they waited like 5 minutes to figure out whose drone it was, and I think somebody just said, oh, it's ours.
It's Fisher's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We think. But, I mean, the point is, like, we got to get the game going. We can't take it. So it's just up there. Who's going to go get it? You don't have, like, drone cops going out and, like Scud, there's Scud missiles and
It's
the
some
Patriot
kid
missile.
sitting in his
Patriot
dorm
missile.
room back up at Happy Hall flying it.
Right.
They're paying me $20 an hour. What do I care? Yeah, it's interesting. Like, you could do X surveillance.
Yes.
Surveillance on your ex.
Yeah.
Right? You can find out, what has she been up to? What has he been up to these days?
Every breath you take.
Right. I mean,
I just found out that my wife and her mother like keep track of each other on their phones. I'm like, do you do that to me? She goes, no. Are you sure?
She's lying.
Do I have a tag on me?
She's fucking lying.
I mean, I live the most boring life. I'm here. I'm there.
I never had my location services on my phone. So you couldn't see where I was.
Yeah.
You have to go deep in there to turn them off. So you may have it on and not know it. There's ways to figure that out, but you do you. So Jameson started saying to me, can you just kind of tell me where you are? And he goes, and that way you can track me and I'll track you. And I was like, yeah, all right. And then he comes over, hey, I was thirsty. I'm like, okay, all right. But my brother has location service. They track their friends. They'll get texts from their friends. Hey, are you at such and such? I see you're at such and such. Pick me up, whatever. It's like, oh my God.
Right.
Like, I'm not sure.
That's creepy.
I agree.
I don't have that kind of friend. Those kind of friends.
Well,
my friends don't give a crap.
My brother does. But I mean, you could have a drone come in and you could film everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well,
bachelor party.
I'll tell you this. One time when I started dating my wife, a guy who was interested in her figured out she was at my house.
Oh, send a drone over?
No, like apparently he was tracking her on her phone.
Yeah.
He could track her something.
Well, they might have been tracking each other when they were together, and she didn't.
He calls me one day on Facebook. Now, if you get a Facebook call, that's a little creepy.
Well, I've answered those from listeners. I have in my house. Okay. I've answered. There have been a few listeners because they don't have my phone number, but they'll call through that, or there is the 585-206-8866, not to hijack your story here. I have answered that because it's an app on my phone, and I can just answer that anywhere.
I answer the phone.
Oh, God. Did you know who the guy was? Did you recognize his name?
He called his name.
All right, hang on. Before you say anything, you look down. You see her ex's name pop up on your phone. Mm-hmm. See, and you decide.
I hold the phone up and I go, hey, look who's calling.
She's there.
She's there. Yeah.
Okay. And so what is happening inside you internally as you're debating whether or not to answer this?
Oh, I was ready. I answered. There was no discussion.
There was none.
Like, you want something?
Is that what you answered?
I go, hello. I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah.
Click.
Oh, he hung up?
He hung up. Oh, he's a pussy. He hung up. He sends me a message.
Okay.
8:00 that morning, Sunday morning. He goes, hey, Dan, I've never had a conversation with this dude.
Okay.
The call, honestly, messenger call was not intentional. I go, I get out of church at noon. If you want to talk, we can talk anywhere, anytime you want. If you don't want to, I don't want to hear from you again. I never heard from him again.
All right, maybe it wasn't intentional.
When I would run into him,
he was stalking your Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
And he accidentally hit call. Yeah. Well, I could say it could happen.
Still kind of nuts.
A little drunk.
3:00 in the morning?
Well, you're lonely. When else is
By
it
the way,
gonna
Beth
happen?
and I were just chatting.
Hang on. When else is it going to happen? You're missing your girlfriend at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
It's drunks and lovers on the road. It's lonely people at night. That's why I used to.
Now, the funniest thing about this whole thing is, like, you know how you don't like. I've never been somebody who gets off on making people anxious or nervous or uncomfortable, or having power over somebody. Yeah, I guess. When I was in the same room as this dude, because we were hung in the same circles. If wherever I went, he would go the opposite direction. So I would literally just like try to be around him and just watch him. Just because I have that much control over you, dude.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It is
like you can't even go to the bathroom.
It's a hard thing for people when a relationship goes and it wasn't something you wanted to end, and you act irrational maybe, and I feel, I don't know, I have a little bit of empathy. I like to think I've never done that, but I don't know. A movie that I don't know if it's available or not. It is called Play the Game. Play the Game. And there's a reason why I would like to see this movie. It's PG-13, but it's about a young guy. He's a ladies' man, kind of, right? And he teaches his grandfather, Grandpa Joe, who happened to be my grandfather's name, how to he's a lonely widower. And so Grandpa Joe goes to the grandkids, starts to teach them how to pick up the women. Right? How to.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So it's not exactly Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No. Best mind games, how to meet women, how to get the woman of his dreams. And Grandpa Joe is played by Andy Griffith.
Oh, okay. Who
ends up in bed in this movie. It's one of the last movies he did, or last shows he did. He with Liz Sheridan, who played Jerry Seinfeld's mom, and she's like in a red negligee. And I guess in the scene, she hands him a Viagra. He takes it. They're in bed, and she disappears under the covers.
Oh wow! Okay.
And then you see Andy Griffith's face. But I mean, Andy Griffith got his Mayberries off in a movie. I'd like to see it. I just said sounded
Just out of
funny.
curiosity.
Wouldn't you like to see out of curiosity?
Because it's Andy Griffith.
Well, that's why. Because he played Matlock, a Southern by-the-book lawyer, and he played Andy Griffith of Mayberry.
But I heard there have been stories alluded to that Andy Griffith wasn't the greatest guy to work with on the Andy Griffith show.
I don't know. He was a comedian, and he had a really weird. There's an album you can find. It was a football thing.
But he wasn't this wholesome dude necessarily. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
But that he was not like great to work with Don Knotts and Ron Howard.
Wouldn't Don Knotts drive you nuts after a while?
I'm sure he would.
I mean, he was Mr. Farley on the Threes Company. He was great, but it was always that he was Chevy Chase before Chevy Chase. Mm-hmm. Tripping over things, falling down.
Yeah.
Well, that was my favorite. Was the sniff. Always the sniff when you knew you were right or you were going to make a great point. Well, Andy, let me tell you, whatever it was. But I'd like to see this. Liz Sheridan, Jerry's mom, and Andy Griffith as Grandpa Joe. And the movie is Play the Game.
Have you ever seen the movie Bupkis? Or the television show, Bupkis. So they didn't renew it for a second season. But
was it on?
It's Pete Davidson. It was on Peacock.
On Peacock.
It's Pete Davidson basically playing himself because that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
His mother is Edie Falco from The Sopranos.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
His grandfather is Joe Pesci. Okay. And his uncle is Brad Garrett. Now, his father's gone, of course, because they got to play the whole, my father died on 9/11 as a firefighter. That's just what he does. And there's this one scene where Brad Garrett picks up a woman and he hurts his back. They help him, he and his grandfather help him pick up a woman. And all of a sudden he's trying to have sex with her and he throws out his back. So now Pete and his grandfather got to help him finish the job.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. All right. On that note, my friend Dan, who gave us a Bible verse earlier today.
I'm just telling you what the show is.
I know. I'm just teasing you.
But they decided not to redo it for a second season. The show was actually pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it. It actually does sound like it. All right. For Dan Barillo, will I see you tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be here.
All right. I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you tomorrow.
I woke up in a hotel, didn't know what to do. I turned the TV on and wrote a letter to you. The news was talking about a dragnet.
Got a home improvement conundrum? Time to call in the superheroes. Mac of all trades. Leaky faucet. Wall that mysteriously has a hole in it. Kitchen looking like it's stuck in the 90s. Mac of all trades is here to save the day. No capes, just expert repairs, remodeling, and handyman services that get the job done right. Call them today at 585-202-9218. That's 585-202-9218. Or visit them online at macofalltrades.net. Because every home needs a hero. Mac of all trades. Oh, I see you have random, rusty, ridiculous scrap metal all throughout your garage. I know that scene. Holding on to that extra siding from 2008? Come on. Pack up that garage mess and roll it down to Premier Metal, Rochester's #1 choice for scrap. We're talking metal from auto jobs, plumbing, HVAC, roofing, siding. If it's shiny, bendy, and mysteriously dented, they want it at Premier Metal. You know that metal shelf that attacked you in 1998? Get rid of it. At Premier Metal, they offer the best prices. This is a scrap metal commercial, not a spelling bee. Aluminum siding, electric motors, car wheels, copper wire, steel, sheet metal, 300 series stainless steel, auto batteries, lead, and even your ex's dumb weight bench. Make cash, clear space. Visit PremierMetalGroup.com or either of Premier Metal's state-of-the-art facilities. West Linden Avenue in East Rochester, just minutes off 490, or 11 Carn Street in Rochester, just minutes off 390. Premier Metal. Be a metal magician and turn that metal into cash with Premier Metal.